Don't tell me not to fly, I simply got to. If someone takes a spill, it's me and not you.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're looking at the most technically and emotionally challenging vocal performances that made Barbra Streisand a musical legend. Number 10. The Minute Waltz. Bear in mind that Frédéric Chopin's Valse du Petit Chien is nicknamed minute, as in small. Of course, the brief waltz is no small feat on the piano. Len Oken's patter song interpretation is itself a challenge that few can meet like Barbra Streisand.
I've got a minute, just a little minute. I have only got a minute, just a minute. I have only got a minute.
In just over a minute, as in time, she playfully matches the piano's up-tempo rhythm and dynamic scales. As much breath as she carries through the wacky parody lyrics, she manages to punctuate most verses with stunning falsetto.
Of course I will, I've done it, and to wager that I will have won. It's not the money, but the satisfaction that I get from winning money.
Even the slow bridge has a classical grandeur. The Minute Waltz may essentially be as gimmicky as the wordplays suggest, but Streisand's rendition is as sweetly whimsical as it is humorously hard.
Oh, the second hand is rushing round the dial, and though I'd like to end this torture with a smile, unless someone knows how to stop the clock, you're going to see me cry before I said goodbye.
Number 9. Lost in Wonderland. It was 4 decades before fans got to hear Lost in Wonderland on a compilation album of Streisand outtakes.
High in a spiral of ice, I gaze upon, seeing that flake was far below me.
The psychedelic bossa nova may not readily fit the singer's aesthetic, but she adapts with a literally breathtaking performance. The intervals are long, the key is low, and the pitch is precise. This beautifully conveys the enchantment and surrealism of a Lewis Carroll fairy tale. The real challenge is in making the breezy ballad sound both viscerally intense and effortlessly charming.
I have a feeling that rabbit is late for wherever he's going, whatever he's headed for.
Whatever Lost in Wonderland may lack in the belting spectacle usually associated with Streisand's virtuosity, it more than compensates in a masterpiece of dreamy breath control.
You wander into that wonderland shining behind your eyes.
Number 8. Come to the Supermarket in Old Peking. A 1958 spin on Aladdin is full of hidden gems by legendary songwriter Cole Porter, but the opening number was made timeless by Streisand's rendition on her debut album.
If you want to buy a kite or a pup to keep you up at night, or a dwarf who used to know Snow White, or a frog who loves to sing.
She dramatically ups the tempo of the already wordy Come to the Supermarket in Old Peking, turning it into an eager patter piece. Despite the excited frenzy, she still nails the bark and sweeping belts of a show-tune showstopper.
Come to the supermarket, if you come on an ostrich you can park it, so come to the supermarket and see Peking.
Let's be honest, Come to the Supermarket has gotten harder to sing because of its exotic stereotypes of Chinese culture. As catchy as Porter's lyric still is, Streisand's jumpy interpretation is all the more infectious to be all the more tricky.
If you wanna buy a sawfish delicious when it's raw, a pill to kill your mother-in-law, and be without a sting.
Number 7. Putting It Together. Streisand's Return to Broadway Songs album opens with an obscure entry in the Stephen Sondheim songbook. Putting It Together, from the musical Sunday in the Park with George, is a fast-paced piece for multiple vocalists.
Bit by bit, putting it together. Piece by piece, only way to make a work of art.
Streisand performs all the singing parts solo, seamlessly blending multiple vocal styles and pitches in long, fast intervals. The range and concentration are incredible, but there's still a deliberate and growing frenzy.
What's a little cocktail conversation if it gets the funds for your foundation? Every time I start to feel defensive, I remember vinyl is expensive.
Sondheim himself rewrote the song to focus on the exhausting relationship between artists and the music industry. Still, Streisand perfectly captures the original lyrics' expression of the difficulty in composing art. It's definitely more difficult to put together without the extra vocalists.
All they ever want is repetition, all they really like is what they know. Gotta keep a link with your tradition, gotta learn to trust your intuition.
Number 6. Tell Him. It's as if Streisand recognized her legacy in Celine Dion when they collaborated on the monumental Tell Him.
I've been there with my heart out in my hand.
The verses display the virtuoso's distinct mastery of serene melody and longing, as they discuss and offer support for a situation of romantic uncertainty. The maturity and reassurance can be heard in their vocal interaction. Of course, the bridges and chorus explode with astonishingly soulful harmonies.
Tell him that the sun and moon rise in his eyes.
The heart-wrenching and mind-blowing performance was nominated for a Grammy, and is now considered a highlight of Streisand and Dion's 90s catalogs. One singer capable of expressing that much passion is a gem.
Be the fire with all the passion you can show.
Never mind a pop duet you can only get a few times in a generation. Number 5. Evergreen. Though the 1976 remake of A Star Is Born ends as tragically as all other versions, Evergreen ends the romance on a triumphant note. Streisand fills the escalating love ballad with both longing and nostalgia.
Like a rose under the April snow.
By the climax, she's soaring on hopeful high notes. It's a quintessential Streisand anthem that hits particularly hard in swooning emotions and vocal range. Though the album version is an impressive solo, the duet with Chris Christopherson in the film brings home the intensity through chemistry and vocal contrast.
You and I will make each night a first.
Lady Gaga may have put up stiff competition by closing 2018's A Star Is Born with I'll Never Love Again, but the Golden Globe, Oscar, and Grammy-winning Evergreen lives on as a daunting classic.
'Cause we have the brightest love.
Number 4. Woman in Love. Barry Gibb was naturally key to Streisand perfecting her distinctive disco style on the album Guilty, but she proved the perfect interpreter of his distinctive songwriting style with Woman in Love.
Life is a moment in space when the dream is gone.
She nails the groovy swoon of a soft Bee Gees melody while incorporating her own bittersweet soul. It all infectiously blends for a chorus led by a hypnotic 4-part harmony. This was the culmination of several refined vocal melodies forming something both ethereal and danceable.
I am a woman in love, and talking to you, you know I know how you feel.
That's almost impossible to replicate. Sure, Streisand may be accused of playing a bit fast and loose with her acclaimed work with Gibb, but as one of her biggest hits, Woman in Love is also a unique vocal performance.
Do anything to get you into my world and hold you with me.
Number 3. The Way We Were. In addition to being a favorite romantic drama of the 70s, The Way We Were features one of the great heartbreak ballads as its theme song.
Memories light the corners of my mind.
Barbra Streisand's melancholy nostalgia piece may not sound like an exceptionally technical melody. Certainly, she makes it shine with her haunting swoons and escalating belts.
Smiles we gave to one another for the way we were.
But the key to this ballad is the depth of emotion that Streisand conveys like no other artist. Indeed, the real challenge in singing The Way We Were is not breaking into tears. The song, like the movie, was hailed as a masterpiece and pop culture phenomenon.
Whenever we remember.
It epitomizes how even a simple tune can sound mesmerizing with Streisand's voice. Number 2. A Piece of Sky. Streisand's musical passion project Yentl showcased her vocal range as much as her filmmaking ability. Some of the most soulful numbers of her career, as composed by the renowned Michel Legrand, all lead to the show-stopping A Piece of Sky.
I stepped outside and looked around.
The epic crescendo is the culmination of the emotions felt by a woman trying to be heard. The heavy lows and soaring highs throughout the song are devastating enough.
Sometimes where danger lies, there the sweetest of pleasures are found.
and then it all ends in a phenomenal high note that lasts 20 seconds. The aria is a fitting finale to Yentl and possibly the pinnacle of Streisand's musical career. Streisand possesses a rare register, and A Piece of Sky plays it for all it's worth.
Just a piece of sky.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Piano practicing. A classical vocal warm-up still can't prepare you for the patter with Paradisi's piano.
When I was a little girl, I wanted to be a soprano, but I hadn't sit and practiced on my rotten old piano.
I Never Has Seen Snow. A Broadway blowouts rendition of a Harold Arlen masterpiece.
I never has seen snow on a sand.
Down with Love. A smoky jazz ballad gradually evolves into a swinging and screaming anthem.
Brother, let's stuff that dove down with love.
I Can See It. A sweeping crescendo from soft whimsy to an explosive final belt.
Cause maybe all the visions that I see may be waiting just for me.
The main event, Fight. A punchy disco medley with strikingly high hooks.
Fight for what you want. Fight for what is real. That looks great.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Don't Rain on My Parade. The fiery Don't Rain on My Parade perfectly closes the first act of the Fanny Brice biomusical Funny Girl.
Don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter.
And with the film adaptation, first-time film actress Barbra Streisand made the number a signature song. The triumphant rage against manipulation demands a fierce delivery at a hurried pace. Streisand keeps a theatrical bark throughout these vibrant verses, flawlessly punctuated by clean head voice refrains.
Get ready for me, love, cause I'm a comer. I simply gotta march, my heart's a drummer.
These intense runs and playful melodic bridges build toward a massive finale, with a 12-second final note. This stunningly technical exercise became a sensation independent of Funny Girl. Don't Rain on My Parade is now considered a major milestone in pop vocal performance. It may also be the definitive showcase of Babs's unparalleled singing skills. What are your favorite Barbra Streisand songs to try singing along with? Get in tune in the comments. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.